Hello everyone and welcome to what promises to be an exciting game on an oldie but a goodie of a map, Echo Io's Chaemiko versus Luna. Chaemiko has spawned as the red human player over here on the top left hand side of the map, opening up with a barracks, Ultra of Kings barracks farm. Meanwhile, Luna on the other side of the map, hop, skip, and a jump away of Echo Isles. We are looking on an Altar of Darkness crypt and a ziggurat. All right, yes, no accidentally zooming in too close this time around because, well, this isn't a W3 Champions map and I can't zoom out any further anyways. Let's take a look at what's going down in this 1v1 matchup, human versus undead, a matchup that I am still paying very close attention to see how the balance is starting to play out. The changes to the Lich's frost armor and the addition of knights having sundering blades as soon as they are trained up really makes tier 3 that much more attractive for human players. Not that the fact that it's free, that the human players needed that extra, you know, however much 100 gold and lumber, but the fact that they can train a knight and have that knight have a big impact immediately as it comes out onto the battlefield. Normally, by the time human players get to tier 3, Undead has at least 4 to 5 Crypt Fiends and may also have the Lich out with an Orb of Corruption and Frost Armor. Usually by then, it felt like in games past that, well, your knights just couldn't do that much. The knights, they would attack a Crypt Fiend and they would get slowed. They had extra armor because of that frost armor, and the Crypt Fiends were just able to walk away. With the addition of, well, the Lich had to be level 2. With the change to Frost Armor not being nearly as strong right out of the gate, but actually scaling in terms of its slow, it allows the Knights to actually be a proper counter to Crypt Fiends. And as I talked about that I did not realize Luna going for a Crypt Lord first. He did sell that Scroll of Town Portal, and now a Footman is actually running inside into the base here to try and put pressure on Acolytes. All right, we are looking at the Acolyte. And well, Acolytes on Blight, it is still better than what they were before. Originally, about what, a year ago, and being able to just, well, teleport back off to the other side there does make a bit of a difference. We are going to be getting up that Nerubian tower, and well, Acolytes were supposed to be the most exposed of all of the workers and actually have that be a bit of a weakness. Well, now that is no longer the case, as one Nerubian tower and a Blight regeneration enough to carry that. Meanwhile, down to the bottom right here, we are looking at the Crypt Lord opening up, placing down a ziggurat already, and the Archmage did pick up a crystal ball. That crystal ball will give him sight, which is incredibly important, and perhaps stop a couple of burrowed Crypt Fiends. Chaemiko now making its way down to the south here. He didn't go for an immediate fast expansion, but it looks like he will be trying to expand down to the south. Another water elemental could be added right here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Waiting for all of the units to get into a proper position. No water elemental. And now just looking to finish off this Forest Troll Trapper creep camp. I believe he may be just shy. Oh no, he looks like he will be exactly at level 3 unless the Crypt Lord comes off and gets some sort of steal here, as there is that last there. Alright, level 2 Water Elemental already out onto the battlefield here. Peasants trying to do a bit of work. Forest Troll Shadow Priest trying to back away. Forest Troll Berserker hired up as well, and he may easily get surrounded if he's not careful. Forest Troll Berserker trying to double back around and actually gets body blocked by the Crypt Lord. And now, well, trying to see where it's perhaps going to try and go next. Are we going to see an Abolish Magic? No, not quite yet. Archmage is there. And here we are going into that engagement. Forest Troll Shadow Priest taking quite a bit of damage as the ghouls are still trying to catch up to that target. Forest Troll Shadow Priest wants to get some heals, gets one timely heal, and now needs to, well, perhaps try and walk through here. More beetles going to be coming in. There is more beetles as well. An Impale could be coming down as the tower taking quite a bit of damage. Forest Troll Shadow Priest is still healing up. 2 water elementals trying to push all of this back here while the Crypt Lord does get Impale. It does not attack the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, who is, well, greatly happy that he is not in trouble. Alright, coming back around, Archmage, Forest Troll Berserker, Forest Troll Shadow Priest heading back off to the north. Meanwhile, ghouls are off to the north as well. well, lying and waiting to put in a bit of pressure. There is no towers inside the base here, so the ghouls could actually deal quite a bit of damage. Chaemiko may have just spotted them and may have just been a bit lucky, as this is a north side, south side attack. Cryptlord down to the south here, looking to finish off some of these units. The Force Troll Shadow Priest nowhere to be spotted. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, ghouls are trying to fight back. One Force Troll Berserker and one Archmage alongside all of the militia seem to be enough to try and protect this location here. Meanwhile, Luna, well, finding that the Archmage is off to the north, looking and opting to try and put pressure down to the south instead, and doing a great job still. It looks like there are no more corpses out on the battlefield, though, and that's actually just a nod to Chaemiko being just that aware, knowing that anytime a peasant gets taken down, 2 more beetles will take its place, and that's not what he wants. Archmage coming back over with Force Troll, Shadow Priest, and Luna is going to be forced to retreat back here. And during all of this time, what has been going on back in the bases? Tech to Tier 2 just now started. Looks like Chaemiko not started that Tech to Tier 2 yet. 37 supply compared to 31. Army sizes are about the same, but population size definitely in favor of Chaemiko here. As the Archmage wanders back and forth, ghouls are, well, looking to rejoin in on the fight. Low hit point ghouls heading back onto that blight as well. As the Crypt Lord hoping to perhaps finish off a couple of units. There goes some more beetles out onto the battlefield as the Crypt Lord is still staying strong at level 2. Hello, morning. Or hello, secret. Coming back down to the south here, Crypt Lord looking to grab some more beetles again, but the Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, and the Archmage with that range attack seems to be more than enough. The beetles unable to stay together as they're going to be heading back off to the north and then perhaps just trying to live and fight another day. Ghouls, we're trying to fight back here. We are getting up a lumber mill, perhaps a guard tower right behind it. Feels like the beetles are just feeding. Yeah, it does definitely feel that way. And the question is going to be, what is Luna doing all behind this? We are looking at a crypt here. We are getting up a necropolis here. And, well, he's not really that much further in terms of tech. Ghouls are now trying to fight inside here, trying to disrupt, trying to halt the economy of Chaemiko. But that's really not what's happening overall. Archmage is now nearly level 4, while the Crypt Lord is sitting at about 2.5. That is not going to work out well, as the Archmage, now with Boots of Speed, can easily run down one of those ghouls, if not both of them. One more, or just one more ghoul. I don't believe the other ghoul is going to really fall in time enough, but that is a level 4 Archmage before Tier 2. More Brilliance Aura, double Forest Troll, Shadow Priest are ready as the Archmage quickly, well, runs back home. This is incredibly good news for Chaemiko here, as he's going into a blacksmith. He has his economy up and running. He is going to be going into Rifleman, I believe, right after that, just getting a little bit of range. One guard tower here, improved lumber harvesting already. Research already underway as we're taking the Tier 2. One of the bonuses for the human army from the latest patch, being able to get that improved lumber harvesting before Tier 2 is done, and then get the advanced lumber harvesting once tier 2 is done. So all of those just drop down a tier, allowing human to get a little bit more lumber while not having to train up additional peasants. Sentry wards drop tier. Forest Troll Berserker going to get taken down. Archmage sitting at about a 4 1/3, as the Archmage, well, it does have Scroll of Regeneration and is already healing up this army to try and put pressure onto the now level 3 Crypt Lord, who does have a Death Knight behind him. We are looking and going straight into castle. We are getting up a Mountain King. We should be getting up some Arcane Sanctums as well. I don't see those Arcane Sanctums as of yet, as there's a battle right in the middle. All right, Archmage going to town here, trying to finish off some of those units. Big Impale Footman trying to come in and join in on the fight here, as the Impales and the Forest Troll Shadow Priest trying to back away. Archmage finishes off a Crypt Fiend. Footmen do not have defend, as the Crypt Fiends are now backing up here. Death Coil saving that Crypt Fiend now. That Crypt Fiend could be rejoining back in on the fight. 56 supply compared to 46. Chaemiko perhaps not prepared, not ready for this change and shift overall. Death Knight going to come back over here to the front now, easily get some Death Coils. It's going to save that Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend down to 34 hit points and doesn't get the Death Coil, but is still saved. Yeah, a little bit late on those Death Coils. We'll see if that comes back to haunt, as we are going into dual Crypt double Crypt Fiend production now with Obsidian statues. All right, with the sudden influx of Crypt Fiends, so many of them out on the battlefield, and also the delay on that Lich not being able to get Frost Armor, the Crypt Fiends may end up falling apart quickly if Chaemiko capitalizes on it and goes for some early knights. He's already teching the tier 2 here. Force Troll Shadow Priest trying to get some damage in quick. Well, Force Troll Shadow Priest quickly gets focused down. Force Troll Shadow Priest with that heavy armor takes full damage from pretty much full damage from everything or more as the Crypt Fiends continuing to battle it up. Why heavy armor means that you take full damage or more from everything, I don't really know. Just Warcraft 3 video game of balance for you right there. Cripplord trying to, well, perhaps land a good impale. Mountain King, well, finish or trying to lead back here as a Stormbolt finds a Crypt Fiend in the back position. However, the Crypt Fiends of Luna are just simply running over and going to be able to push in large amounts of damage. Guard towers are up now as we're looking at the Beetles just trying to find the proper positioning. All right, the Death Knight a little bit far away from the Obsidian statues. Meanwhile, the Mountain King's just trying to join in on the fight here. One guard tower is now down as the Death Knight should be able to get some more Death Coils, trying to save some of those Crypt Fiends. There's a quick burrow. Are we going to see that reveal? No, we do not. The Crystal Ball was sold as we're looking at level 2 on the Death Knight and now level 2 Impale on that Cripplord, or at least will be in just a little bit more time. All right, more damage adding up. Mountain King and Archmage being forced to back up here. Level 4 on that Cripplord. One guard tower now taken down as it's trying to be repaired. Priest are joining in on the battle, but this massive Crypt Fiend push really having a lot more life than I would have expected, as he does have that supply advantage. 68 compared to 46. Not enough lumber right now. That is the big question. Trying to get lumber, trying to get some knights out here onto the battlefield as these Crypt Fiends just in mass numbers, even without the Crypt Lord's Orb of Corruption, dealing terrible, terrible damage. All right, Water Elemental is going to get taken down, and no, it looks like it could. Nope, 32 does get taken down right there as another Arcane Bolt about to fall here. All right, Knights are entering onto the battlefield. Knights trying to save the day. Knights go. 49 supply over 54 as we are low on lumber. Knights going to join in on the battlefield here, but that is just so many Crypt Fiends, and the Knights probably wondering, what do you want me to do? That is so many bugs. This is a Crypt Fiend infestation, and this is just pushing in so much pressure, so much damage, as we're looking at, well, the Paladin out here as well. Crypt Fiends could easily just turn and send a volley towards a Priest, quickly taking it down. As we're looking at the Beetles, well, what are they going to do here? All of those Beetles just continuing to do more and more damage here as we are getting up an Arcane Vault to try and replace the one that was lost. Healing up on that Mountain King here. Knight going after the Death Knight here, as the Death Knight could be in a little bit of trouble trying to get away. Where is it going to go? Mountain King falls at level 1, and well, Death Knight somehow able to get healed during that fight right there. Potion of Greater Healing, I believe, given to the Death Knight, as the Death Knight now sitting at level 3. All right, Death Knight now at level 3. This is going to be a big deal indeed. Come on, damage racking up onto any of those units here as the Water Elemental is going to get taken down. Ooh, a quick Dispel Magic removing all of the Beetles there as the Crypt Fiends are still trying to put in pressure, finishing off all of these poor peasants here. Cripplord sitting at level 4, getting close to level 5. Archmage nearly at level 5 as himself. As the Death Knight, are we getting up a Lich back at home? No, we are not. We are not even at tier 3 yet, as the units are now trying to rush in and to engage. All right, without that Orb of Corruption, the amount of hit points on a Knight, perhaps just a bit too much, but the Knights really not going after Crypt Fiends, trying to go after other targets. There you go, finally going after that Crypt Fiend here, as we're getting level 5 on that Archmage. Focusing down Priest should be priority number 1 or 2 here, as the Priest are really making this fight go much longer than it needs to be. Crypt Fiends continuing the fight here. A quick impale across all of those peasants as well could do quite a bit of damage and quite a bit of work, as the Crypt Fiends are still looking to back away. Death Knight has plenty of mana, could be going in for more Death Coils. That Crypt Fiend low on hit points is going to get Death Coil. No, it is not. And one of many Crypt Fiends about to get taken down, as Luna not keeping track. There it is, just in time. A beautiful Staff of Sanctuary saving that low hit point Knight, as the units are trying to retreat back still. All right, this Town Hall has been on life support for so long. Mountain King getting ready to engage. Are we going to see more units trying to attack back? Cripplord sitting at level 4, very close to level 5, as a Water Elemental could be just feeding up more experience again and again. Water Elemental down to 400 hit points and now backing away once more. More beetles popping up out of the ground, trying to finish off more of these targets here. Water Elemental going to be joining in on the battle. Going to go ahead and aggro some of those creeps, and it does get taken down. Cryptlord is just now shy of level 5. Death Coil not in time, as Luna has been late on those Death Coils or been cutting it close, even when the battles have been not very micro-intensive. Luna looks like he's going to try and, well, piece something together, but if he could not win with that many Crypt Fiends going up and only one Knight, when he tries to come back, it may be a little bit worse for wear. Luna does have a larger amount of gold, though, a significant amount of gold, sitting on 1,700 gold, and also still has that supply advantage lead. What is he going to transition into next? That is the question. Lich now out on the battlefield should be picking up an Orb of Corruption. And that Orb of Corruption, as we know, is a sudden power spike for the Undead Army. As the Undead Army is now able to focus fire with those Crypt Fiends much more effectively and their slowed attack. Tome of Agility +2 dropped behind here. Lich bringing in gifts of double potions of mana. And what is this? Lich opting to go for Frost Armor first. Luna opting to go for Frost Armor first, understanding that the Knights are going to be the big deal, trying to take down those Crypt Fiends. And if he can just use those Crypt Fiends that much more effectively and keep them in the battle that long, well, and thereby also slow the attack of all of the remaining units, that would be a win in and of itself. Crypt Fiends with a crazy semicircle right there, able to take down an Arcane Vault in no time flat, and now getting ready to engage against all of these other buildings here. All right, Crypt Lord sitting at level 5. There's a quick impale. Are we going to be looking at more damage coming back through? No Frost Armor. Frost Armor on that Crypt Lord. I take it back. But is it going to actually start Frost Armoring some of those other units here? There is that negative armor as well as that Water Elemental, even with Inner Fire, well, taking large amounts of damage. All right, coming back through, Lich having also a potion of lesser invulnerability. That Frost Armor first, a little bit questionable still, as we're looking at the Arcane Sanctums slowly getting taken out. Luna actually venturing to go into high upkeep, and now sitting at 90 over 100 supply, and just going mass Crypt Fiends in this fight here. Not trying to distinguish it at all. No destroyers here. There's a quick impale across multiple units, and we should be looking at Frost Armor go down. And well, there goes a couple of Storm Bolts as well. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saves one Knight as the fighting still continuing here. Mountain King comes in with a level 2 Thunderclap, slowing all of those units down once more. Units are trying to retreat back. Crypt Fiends are trying to, well, maneuver their way through. There's some Holy Lights continuing to save. There's a Scroll of Healing as well as another Thunderclap across here. 69 supply compared to 90. Crypt Fiends are trying to continue that attack. Crypt Lord could jet down in a big impale again. There goes to see a big impale across the line. Not quite yet, as a low hit point Crypt Fiend does get taken down. Knights with those Sundering Blades making a big difference now. No Frost Armor onto the Crypt Fiends that are getting focused down by the Knight, but then again, there's so much going on in this battle. I totally understand it. Death Coil continuing the save here. Stormbolt finishes off a low retreating Crypt Fiend as well as a Water Elemental, while going straight after the Obsidian Statue, who is down to 50 hit points. Death Knight goes in, or Destroyer now form into the air, as it is going to try and perhaps devour some magic, all of that delicious Water Elementals and that Inner Fire. All right, why mass fiends when there are where there are Knight or two? Well, it's the fiends were all massed up already. No abominations. Crypt Fiends just trying to use that range. And it looks as though, yeah, the Blacksmith is going to get taken out, removing, stopping that level 1 armor upgrades, as the Destroyer is now going to town here. All right, Destroyer's trying to finish off an Arcane Tower. Meanwhile, Knight's coming back in from the north here. Unit's going to try and retreat back down. No Frost Armor, and that's been the problem, but a beautiful Death Coil just in time for the save, followed by a major impale across multiple units. Frost Armoring Knights is actually key and important right now, as the Crypt Fiend does get taken down. I believe another Knight was teleported back to safety, as the Flying Machines are now making their way over. How the Flying Machines actually able to stick around in this fight while Luna has that many Crypt Fiends out in play, no web being researched at all, is a major mistake indeed, as the Destroyer trying to make its way back, Destroyer's trying to battle it up here, and Lich, well, Destroyer down to 111 hit points, continuing this battle. More Crypt Fiends trying to retreat back. 2 Crypt Fiends quickly get taken down. Destroyer gets saved here, and now the Lich does have Frost Nova. All right, continuing this battle once more. All right, more Devour Magic once again. Destroyer back up to 530 hit points after some earlier close calls. Crypt Fiend still trying to battle it through. 86 supply compared to 64. This push back and forth as a second Obsidian statue rejoining in on the fight. More Devour Magic. Finally, Web done, as the flying machines are not going to be able to destroy the destroyers that easily. Another Thunderclap comes across as the Crypt Fiends and all of this traffic on the battlefield. Another slow coming across as it looks as though the Crypt Fiends, trying to back away again. Knights easily taking down one Crypt Fiend there, but a multiple slows as the Frost Armor does come into effect. More battling coming across here as the Knights are, starting to mass up in numbers and taking down these Crypt Fiends. Crypt Lord trying to back away. Crypt Lord should be able to get a Death Coil off. Knight in trouble, trying to transfer, get some mana. Scroll of Town Portal has been transferred over. Knight does have enough mana for a Death Coil onto that Crypt Lord, as we see an Impale onto the Paladin, but the Paladin still not in trouble. Flying machines continuing to retreat back as we see Chaemiko holding back the army here, as he is now at 64 compared to 80 supply. Luna no longer in high upkeep, but another slow clap causing problems. But Knights, are they going to get taken down again? More Staff of Sanctuary coming back across. Paladin continuing to try and keep these units alive. Double Staff of Sanctuary both on the Archmage and that Paladin, keeping things alive and well for now, as the flying machines are getting taken out. As we transition more and more into Knights, Luna is already one step ahead of everything and already transitioned into more Destroyers, as the units are now looking to back up. 78 supply compared to 65, continuing to battle it through. Destroyers could try and take down those Knights here. A quick Impale across that middle line. Thunderclap is slowing things down. Level 3 Impale, as Destroyers unable to finish off another Knight there. Chaemiko just so strong with his saves, but both Staff of Sanctuaries are on cooldown. Another Knight falls here. Thunderclap coming back across. A Crypt Fiend could get taken down here, as the Knights, no Frost Armor slowing down any of that attack. Another Knight could get taken down as well. 87 supply compared to 52. A massive battle going on for what seems like 6 minutes, still continuing to go on here, as the Mountain King's Thunderclap continuing to slow all of these units. Crypt Lord, not enough mana. Lich, I don't believe, has any more potions of mana either, as the Crypt Fiends will finally do a quick volley to take down a Crypt Fiend there. Lich now finally at level 3. Level 2 Frost Nova could be coming into play, trying to slow down more units as they are retreating back once more. Arcane Sanctums, if you remember, were both taken down earlier, as this Arcane Sanctum, trying to train up more priests doesn't look like it will get very far. Chaemiko, without the staying power and the war of attrition, fighting. Do we have an Arcane Sanctum up here? No, we don't. So there haven't been any new priest trained in quite some time, and that could be the reason why Chaemiko, is unable to just keep his units alive. New Arcane Sanctum being built in the back here, and now this is one of those situations. One meat wagon, something could make a big play. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary? No, we are not. One Knight just simply tries to run on by, unable to do exactly that. Destroyers could easily dive in on that Arcane Tower, finish things off. There are no more Riflemen, and that's exactly what's going to be happening. Diving on in here. Mountain King, last-ditch effort, trying to carry the team on his back. A slow clap coming into play. Frost Nova's Knights getting taken down, and Luna venturing into high upkeep with mass Crypt Fiends, and then slowly transitioning into those Obsidian Statues and Destroyers, finding the right combination of units against Chaemiko here, taking down the units as the Crypt Lord does get to level 6. All right, I think that is going to be all she wrote. That is going to be the GG right there. Luna taking out Chaemiko on a marathon of a match, that final sprint of a battle lasting a good 10 minutes as it comes to an end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys found that entertaining. Please stick around for more WarCraft 3 videos.